Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I'm perfectly fine. I hope all of you guys are too. So today we're going to be talking about aliens. Yeah, I know, right? Insane. Aliens. Now, I'm not going to lie, there's probably going to be a series of short videos this week due to all the testing I have to do and a bunch of other stuff. But listen, I'm still going to try to get some videos out. Tomorrow, I'm going to make it longer, I promise. Anyway, according to this article, a former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it. Alright, I'm not trying to be a dickhead or anything, but what is the whole point of just saying Trump knows about it? Is that supposed to be a factor against him? Because if we're being realistic, a lot of presidents are like, hey, when I become president, I'm gonna show that we have aliens and a whole bunch of other shit, and usually when it happens, they don't do it on purpose. Also, earlier this year, they did release declassified photos and a whole bunch of other shit about UFOs to the public, so it was disclosed. Now, whether the government is willing to nod and drop the hat and say, hey, there are sentient beings out there, that's a whole different story. There's a whole ton of other stuff that honestly, I'm gonna just say straight up, there's a lot of things that the public should not know, and I completely understand why the government hides these things. Now, if there really are aliens out there, guys, would you want the government to actually tell you straight up that there are? Comment down below. Just curious to see your thoughts. Now, if I read down the article, what they do state is a former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting heavyward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a Galactic Federation. The UFOs have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. A respected professor and retired general said the aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe. They claim if they had came up with what they were saying 5 years ago, they would have been hospitalized. But what made him come forward is he said he has nothing to lose. In May, Trump said space is going to be the future, both in terms of defense and offense. We're not the leader of space, as he was presented with the official flag to the newly created military branch, the Space Force. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty fucking cool. Due to what he's been saying, there's a shit ton of memes created on the internet, and a whole bunch of other shit, a bunch of accounts claiming they're a part of the Space Force and shit like that. And the Galactic Federation. Getting some strong Halo Star Wars vibes in the future, but it's a big whatever. I'm not gonna be around probably. A gentleman at the name of Nick Pope, who used to investigate UFOs for the British Ministry of Defense, described Escher's remarks as extraordinary. Either this is some sort of practical joke or publicity stunt to help sell his book, perhaps with something having been lost in translation, or someone in the know is breaking the ranks, he said. Pope said the UFO and conspiracy theory community was excited, but that questions were made including whether or not Escher was speaking from direct personal knowledge and experience, or whether he is repeating something that was told. There is still some missing pieces to the puzzle. Now, if I were to be quite honest here and just reflect on this whole thing, this very short article is sparking a lot of controversy amongst many people. If proven true, it's probably going to be very dangerous in the wrong hands, and a lot of people are probably going to get in trouble. Now, personally, as I said before, I do think that the public shouldn't know everything, and a lot of people are just like, why does the government hide things? They shouldn't hide things, they should never lie to us, but the outcry that would come from these things are massive. One day, things like this are going to become public because it has to become public. But like they said earlier, they feel like it's really not the right time yet. I should also claim that there are agreements that have been signed between both species, including an underground base in the depths of Mars, where there are American astronauts and alien representatives. There is an agreement between the US government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments, he said. Escher added that President Donald Trump was aware of the extraterrestrials' existence and has been on the verge of revealing information, but was asked not to in order to prevent mass hysteria. Now, if this is true, I can definitely say that this probably was the right move in a sense, but was also, it makes a lot of sense if you think about it. Now, the one thing that I can kind of tie this to is earlier this year, as I said, the United States Space Force was announced, and there was also declassified UFO files. Now, whether or not all this is true, I have no idea. If it is true, it'd be quite interesting to see how this actually turns out. What could they possibly be experimenting on over there? Comment down below. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about this whole thing. Do you guys think that Area 51 is tied to this? And is there more? My speculation is honestly, I would not put it past anything. I wouldn't doubt that there are aliens out there. I mean, this universe is huge. Now, would I ever go out of my way to try to prove that? Hell no, I wouldn't. But there are people that do and end up having really awful luck. In a multitude of ways, that's for sure. Also, the Men in Black are a thing. I don't think you guys want to really go and fuck with that. But as per usual, the general public will do what they want. Either way, all this is pretty fascinating. If you look right above, you'll see other videos by me. If you enjoyed this one, go click on the next one and keep on going. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server. All my socials will be in the description, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.